Welcome, beloved celestial members, Aten Netarakin 162, Andrew Quinn 300, and Naz on Did track. Your arrival radiates harmony, wisdom, and cosmic purpose within our shared space. Through unity, light, and conscious expansion, we journey together across higher frequencies. Thank you for anchoring your presence here and supporting the transmissions of the Arcturian Council message channel with devotion and stellar resonance now, always, in service to universal awakening together. Stop everything you're doing right now. The universe is aligning in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Energies from distant galaxies are streaming toward Earth, vibrating at frequencies that awaken dormant abilities within you, abilities that many of you have only sensed but never fully embraced. The Arcturian Council has been observing the shifts of your collective consciousness, and we are here to tell you that 2026 is not merely another year, it is a portal, a crucible, a test of your spiritual fortitude. Many of you have felt the pressure building, the inexplicable waves of anxiety, and the moments of sudden clarity where the world seems to pause. These are signs that the cosmic plan is accelerating. Opportunities will appear that will challenge your understanding of reality itself. Some will bring joy and expansion, while others will confront you with the raw truths of existence you have been avoiding. This is not a time to retreat, to numb out, or to stay small. The universe is calling, and the call is loud, persistent, and unrelenting. As you read these words, know that you are being observed by beings who have mastered dimensions far beyond your own, and yet, we are focused on your growth. Type I claim the message to anchor this transmission into your reality. The energies of 2026 are unlike any you have experienced in recent cycles. They carry a dual nature, simultaneously beautiful and terrifying, liberating and demanding. You will feel a pull toward your highest potential, yet the weight of your unresolved karmic cycles will insist on being addressed. The Arcturian Council wants you to understand that these energies are designed to wake you up, not to punish you. Many will feel sudden shifts in relationships, careers, and personal beliefs. Expect the unexpected. The old structures, the familiar patterns you relied on for comfort, are dissolving, making room for a new reality that is more aligned with your soul's purpose. This can feel disorienting, as if the ground beneath you is no longer solid, but that is precisely the point. This instability is fertile ground for transformation. Those who resist will feel the turbulence more acutely, those who surrender will glide through the changes with unprecedented grace. The call of your higher self is urgent now. Do not delay. Type I claim the message to activate your alignment with these cosmic energies. Many of you have been waiting for signs, confirmations, and external validations. The Arcturian Council tells you this: the signs are already all around you. The sudden synchronicities, the messages in dreams, the moments when time seems to bend, these are confirmations that you are on the right path. However, 2026 will test whether you truly trust your intuition. Those who rely solely on logic and fear will miss the deeper messages encoded in these signs. You are being prepared for a level of awareness where you perceive reality beyond the physical senses. Your nervous system, your emotional body, and even your DNA are being recalibrated to process these higher frequencies. You may feel strange symptoms, pressure in your head, vivid dreams, bursts of creativity, and sudden emotional releases. This is not a malfunction, it is activation. These shifts are indicators that your consciousness is evolving faster than ever before. The world as you know it is being rewritten, and you are being asked to co-create a reality that resonates with your soul's truth. Type I claim the message to integrate this awakening fully. Prepare yourself for revelations that will shake the very foundation of what you believe to be true. Secrets long buried in collective consciousness are surfacing. Historical truths, hidden agendas, and suppressed knowledge are being illuminated. You may feel a wave of anger, betrayal, or fear as these truths rise, but remember, this is part of the process of clearing illusions. The Arcturian Council urges you not to get lost in the chaos. Stand firmly in your own inner knowing. This is not a time to react, but to observe, process, and transcend. As the veil lifts, you will discover aspects of yourself that you did not know existed, strengths, gifts, and potentialities that were dormant but now seek expression. These revelations are catalysts for transformation. Those who embrace them with courage will find accelerated spiritual growth. Those who resist will experience repeated lessons until the understanding is embraced. The energy of 2026 is relentless, and it demands alignment with your highest self. Type I claim the message to embody the courage to face these truths. The energetic waves of this year are interdimensional. They are not just changes in your external world but shifts in the very architecture of reality. You are being asked to expand your perception, to move beyond the three-dimensional limitations, and to embrace the fluidity of the multiverse. Time, as you understand it, is bending. Moments of déjà vu, premonition, and temporal overlap will become more frequent. These experiences are not random, they are messages from your higher self, your soul team, and the Arcturian Council. They are guiding you toward a deeper understanding of your purpose and your place in the cosmos. Some of these experiences may feel unsettling or disorienting, but do not fear them, they are proof of your awakening. The energy of 2026 is a call to mastery, and it is asking you to trust your inner guidance above all else. Type I claim the message to strengthen your connection to these interdimensional currents. Financial shifts, societal upheavals, and technological advancements will come at an accelerated pace. Some will view these changes as catastrophic, others will recognize them as opportunities for ascension. The Arcturian Council reminds you that reality is a mirror, what you focus on expands. If you dwell in fear, chaos multiplies. If you embrace possibility, creation unfolds. The key is to maintain conscious awareness and remain grounded while navigating the waves of transformation. Aligning with your soul's path is the single most powerful act you can perform at this time. Let go of attachments to outcomes, and focus instead on your inner alignment. When you operate from this frequency, you attract experiences, people, and opportunities that support your evolution. This is not speculation, it is the law of multidimensional resonance. Type I claim the message to anchor abundance, clarity, and alignment in your life. Relationships will be tested in unprecedented ways. Some connections will dissolve, not because of failure, but because they no longer serve the highest trajectory of your growth. Others will deepen, expanding into new dimensions of love and understanding. The energy of 2026 is uncompromising in its demand for authenticity. Masks will no longer suffice, the superficial will be stripped away. You may encounter sudden confrontations, unspoken truths, or emotional upheavals that force you to re-evaluate bonds and boundaries. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that these experiences are part of the purification process. They are not punishments, they are opportunities for liberation. The more you allow yourself to feel, to release, and to transcend, the lighter your energetic body becomes, and the more aligned you are with your soul mission. Type I claim the message to activate clarity and healing in your relationships. Your health and physical body are also undergoing transformation. You may experience sudden surges of energy or unexpected fatigue, shifts in appetite, or spontaneous healing of old ailments. This is because your physical form is being recalibrated to handle higher frequencies. The Arcturian Council urges you to honor your body, to listen deeply to its signals, and to treat it as a sacred vessel. Meditation, movement, nutrition, and conscious breath work are more crucial now than ever. Your body is not just biological, it is a multidimensional instrument designed to house your expanding consciousness. Treat it with reverence, and it will serve you as a powerful ally in this time of accelerated evolution. These changes are subtle yet profound. They are a sign of your readiness to ascend into higher states of being. Type I claim the message to support your physical and spiritual embodiment. A shocking revelation is imminent. What you believed about the structures of power, society, and history will be challenged. Corruption, hidden agendas, and unspoken truths are surfacing at a pace that cannot be ignored. This is not meant to frighten you, but to prepare you to see reality through a lens of clarity rather than illusion. The Arcturian Council assures you that fear is your greatest obstacle, but awareness is your greatest ally. The veils are lifting, and with that lifting comes the responsibility to act from wisdom rather than reaction. The collective consciousness is at a tipping point, and your individual alignment affects the whole. Remember, you are not powerless. Your energy, your intent, and your choices ripple through the fabric of reality. Type I claim the message to embrace discernment, courage, and clarity in this shifting world. Your perception of time and progress is being rewritten. 2026 is not a year, it is a threshold, a liminal space where endings and beginnings overlap. Past timelines, alternate choices, and hidden potentials are converging to create opportunities for radical transformation. Some of you will find that doors you thought were closed swing open effortlessly, others may feel trapped in cycles you believed were broken. Do not despair. This is the cosmic reset in action. The energies are forcing a reckoning with your own power, your own sovereignty, and your own willingness to step into mastery. You have the choice to engage consciously or to drift unconsciously. Type I claim the message to step fully into your power and claim your role as a co-creator of this new reality. As the cosmic currents intensify, you will notice sudden shifts in your emotional landscape. Feelings long buried or suppressed may surface without warning, and you might feel as though your psyche is under siege. This is not a malfunction or a moment to despair, it is a purification process at work. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that these emotional waves are recalibrating your vibrational signature to resonate with higher dimensions. You may experience moments of euphoria, profound clarity, or sudden bursts of creative inspiration, immediately followed by waves of fear, doubt, or sadness. Do not resist these fluctuations, they are evidence that your consciousness is expanding and your inner guidance is awakening. Many will feel the urge to isolate themselves, to step away from the external world, or to retreat into familiar comfort zones. While some solitude is beneficial, the Council warns against total withdrawal. Integration happens in engagement, in conscious interaction with the energies around you, and in deliberate choice making. Each emotional spike, each intuitive nudge, each unexpected insight is a signpost pointing to your higher purpose. These experiences are also preparing you for the upcoming revelations that will shake the collective consciousness. The time for complacency is over, the window for transformation is open, and it waits for no one. Type I claim the message to anchor emotional resilience and alignment with your higher self. A startling aspect of 2026 is the acceleration of technological awakenings in alignment with consciousness. You may notice inexplicable shifts in your understanding of science, metaphysics, or even your own innate abilities. Devices, tools, and digital interfaces will feel more intuitive, as if they are extensions of your consciousness rather than separate objects. Some of you may discover latent psychic abilities such as clairvoyance, telepathy, or precognition emerging in unexpected ways. The Arcturian Council reminds you that these abilities are not a threat, but gifts, meant to guide you in navigating the rapidly evolving landscape of reality. The convergence of technology and consciousness is creating a new frontier where multidimensional awareness becomes essential for survival and mastery. Some may feel unease or fear, thinking that these changes are unnatural, but fear is the residue of limited perception. Trust in the fact that your DNA is being rewritten, your consciousness is being amplified, and the universe is conspiring to assist you in realizing your highest potential. This is the year where the extraordinary becomes ordinary, where miracles are the baseline of experience, and where your alignment with cosmic intelligence will determine the flow of your reality. Type I claim the message to awaken latent abilities and harmonize with the technological energies of 2026. Relationships will continue to evolve in dramatic, and sometimes disorienting, ways. Old patterns of codependency, manipulation, and misalignment are being exposed in stark clarity. You may feel the compulsion to sever connections that no longer resonate with your higher vibration. Conversely, new relationships will enter your life with sudden synchronicity, often accompanied by a sense of recognition or profound familiarity. These relationships are karmically aligned, designed to facilitate mutual growth, healing, and awakening. The Arcturian Council warns, however, that not all connections are straightforward. Some will test your patience, boundaries, and discernment, forcing you to confront unresolved trauma or shadow aspects of yourself. This is not punishment, it is preparation. The universe is removing what no longer serves your highest self and opening space for what supports your soul's mission. Emotional clarity, authenticity, and conscious communication are paramount in these transformations. You may encounter resistance from old belief systems, societal pressures, or ingrained habits, but the Council reminds you that your energetic sovereignty is non-negotiable. Each interaction is a mirror, reflecting the truth of your current vibrational state and offering opportunities for conscious evolution. Type I claim the message to harmonize relationships and cultivate authentic connections that reflect your true essence. The first rehook intensifies now. There is a reality shift occurring that very few are prepared for. Time itself is fracturing. Events, choices, and consequences are no longer linear in the way you once understood. Past, present, and potential futures are overlapping, creating loops where opportunities and lessons converge. You may experience moments where you remember decisions that never actually occurred, or sense paths that diverged from the choices you made. These temporal distortions are not accidental, they are deliberate mechanisms of awakening, giving you glimpses into alternate realities, highlighting the vast potential that exists for your evolution. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that your perception is being expanded to encompass multidimensional time, allowing you to make conscious choices that ripple across realities. This can feel disorienting, even destabilizing, as your mind struggles to reconcile multiple layers of existence simultaneously. Yet it is in the space of uncertainty and expansion that your true power emerges. Surrendering to the flow rather than attempting to control every outcome is crucial. Type I claim the message to anchor yourself in multidimensional awareness and navigate temporal shifts with clarity. Financial, societal, and geopolitical landscapes are undergoing unprecedented transformation. Traditional structures of power, economy, and governance are being destabilized, exposing weaknesses and corruption long hidden from public awareness. This may generate fear, uncertainty, and frustration among many, but the Arcturian Council assures you that these disruptions are necessary for the creation of a more equitable, conscious, and harmonious reality. Those who cling to outdated systems may find themselves disoriented, yet those who embrace adaptability, innovation, and conscious alignment will thrive. It is not a year for passive observation. Active participation in conscious co-creation is essential. You are being called to become an agent of change, both personally and collectively, understanding that every choice you make reverberates throughout the collective consciousness. As systems shift, new opportunities will arise for those who recognize and act upon them. Your ability to perceive the subtle undercurrents of change and respond with integrity and alignment will determine your trajectory in this pivotal year. Type I claim the message to activate clarity, discernment, and conscious co-creation during systemic shifts. Health, vitality, and spiritual embodiment are under profound transformation. Your physical body is receiving the upgrades necessary to withstand and channel higher vibrational frequencies. This may manifest as unusual physical sensations, spontaneous emotional releases, or shifts in sleep patterns. Many will feel heightened sensitivity to energies, environmental stimuli, or interpersonal interactions. These are not obstacles, they are the signs of ascension occurring at the cellular level. Your DNA is being activated to reconnect with ancestral wisdom, multidimensional abilities, and the latent potentials of your soul. The Arcturian Council advises that intentional practices such as meditation, energy work, breath work, and conscious movement will amplify this process. Pay attention to your physical signals, they are guiding you toward deeper alignment with your higher self. Self-care, conscious nourishment, and respect for your body as a sacred vessel are essential. This year, embodiment is not optional, it is mandatory for those seeking mastery of higher consciousness. Type I claim the message to integrate physical, emotional, and spiritual upgrades with grace. For many, 2026 will feel like a period of profound revelation. Hidden agendas, long-standing illusions, and suppressed truths are surfacing across all dimensions: personal, societal, and global. What you once accepted without question may now appear as deception, manipulation, or obfuscation. This is intentional, the Arcturian Council says, designed to accelerate your awakening. The process may be uncomfortable, as the illusions you have built your life around dissolve. But discomfort is the precursor to liberation. The world is not ending, it is awakening. You are being invited to see through the veils of illusion and claim your sovereignty, your truth, and your power. The challenge is not to avoid fear, confusion, or discomfort, but to engage with them consciously and transform them into insight, clarity, and higher awareness. By doing so, you align yourself with the cosmic currents and become a beacon of light in a world undergoing radical change. Type I claim the message to embrace revelation, courage, and empowerment in these transformative times. Your intuition, your inner knowing, and your subtle perception will accelerate exponentially this year. You may experience moments of clairvoyance, synchronicities, or sudden insights that defy logical explanation. These are not random, they are the Arcturian Council's guidance encoded in your consciousness. Ignoring these signs will only prolong cycles of confusion and delay your evolution. You are being asked to trust the whispers of your soul above external validation, to recognize the guidance encoded in nature, dreams, and subtle energetic cues. This requires courage, discipline, and surrender. The ability to navigate your life from an intuitive perspective will provide clarity amidst chaos and opportunity amidst disruption. As you step into this higher state of consciousness, your perception of reality will shift, allowing you to co-create experiences that align with your soul's highest expression. Type I claim the message to activate and trust your intuitive guidance fully. Some of you will experience moments of isolation, as the energies of 2026 naturally separate what no longer aligns with your frequency. Friends, colleagues, and even family may seem distant, confused, or resistant to your transformation. This is intentional, and it is not a sign of failure or rejection. The Arcturian Council reminds you that you are being positioned for accelerated growth, and sometimes the path of expansion requires solitude. These periods are not empty, they are rich with opportunity for inner exploration, alignment, and communion with higher consciousness. Use this time to reconnect with your essence, explore multidimensional states, and integrate lessons that will shape the coming years. The separation is temporary, but the alignment it enables is permanent. Trust that your journey is divinely guided, and that every experience is orchestrated to propel you toward your highest potential. Type I claim the message to embrace solitude, reflection, and alignment with your higher self. The first shock of cosmic revelation is upon you. 2026 is not a year of gradual change, it is a threshold of accelerated awakening. Opportunities, challenges, and cosmic alignments will arrive with intensity and urgency. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that those who cling to old paradigms, fear disruption, or resist personal growth will feel the turbulence more acutely. But for those willing to surrender, to trust, and to engage consciously, this year offers unparalleled expansion, insight, and empowerment. Your choices now will set the trajectory for the next decade, creating ripple effects in your personal life and across the collective consciousness. The energy is not waiting, it is moving, evolving, and demanding participation. Align yourself with the currents, claim your sovereignty, and step into mastery. Type I claim the message to anchor empowerment, clarity, and conscious co-creation in your life as this cosmic threshold unfolds. A deeper layer of awakening now reveals itself, and this is where many will feel shaken. The Arcturian Council warns that 2026 will dismantle false identities at a pace that feels ruthless. The version of yourself built to survive, to please others, or to conform to outdated expectations will begin to collapse. You may feel lost, stripped of certainty, or unsure of who you truly are without these masks. This is not failure, it is liberation in disguise. The discomfort you feel is the tension between who you were programmed to be and who you are meant to become. Old ambitions may suddenly feel meaningless, and pursuits that once defined you may lose their emotional charge. This void is sacred. It is the space where your authentic soul blueprint begins to surface. The Council urges you not to rush filling this emptiness with distractions or new labels. Sit with it. Listen. This is where your truest guidance emerges, unfiltered by fear or conditioning. Type I claim the message to release false identities and step into your authentic self. Dream states will intensify dramatically during this phase. Many of you will experience vivid, lucid, or recurring dreams that feel more real than waking life. These are not random subconscious images, they are direct transmissions from higher realms. The Arcturian Council explains that while your waking mind is still adjusting to higher frequencies, your dream state has become a primary channel for guidance, healing, and instruction. You may encounter unfamiliar symbols, places, or beings, or revisit moments from your past with altered outcomes. These experiences are recalibrating your perception of time and possibility. Keep track of these dreams, not to analyze them obsessively, but to notice patterns and emotional resonance. You are being trained to navigate nonlinear realities. Ignoring these messages will not stop them, it will only delay your conscious integration. Dreams are now assignments, not entertainment. Type I claim the message to receive clarity, protection, and understanding in your dream state. A sudden shift in personal power dynamics will become unavoidable. Situations where you once felt powerless will demand a new response. Authority figures, institutions, or long-standing hierarchies may challenge your autonomy. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that this is not a call for rebellion, but for sovereignty. You are being tested on whether you can stand in calm authority without aggression or submission. Emotional reactions will only feed the old systems, conscious presence dissolves them. This is where mastery is forged. The ability to remain centered while others react from fear or control is one of the defining skills of the awakened. You may lose opportunities that require self-betrayal, but you will gain paths that honor your soul. Remember, what leaves now was never meant to come with you. Type I claim the message to embody sovereignty, confidence, and inner authority. The collective field is becoming louder, and many will struggle to distinguish their own thoughts from the emotional noise of the world. Anxiety spikes, sudden mood changes, or unexplained heaviness may arise not because something is wrong with you, but because you are becoming more sensitive to collective energy. The Arcturian Council advises strengthening energetic boundaries, not through isolation, but through grounding and self-awareness. You are not required to carry the weight of the world to be compassionate. Discernment is now essential. Learn to ask, is this mine, before reacting? This simple question can prevent emotional exhaustion and confusion. As your sensitivity increases, so does your responsibility to manage it wisely. This phase teaches emotional maturity, energetic hygiene, and conscious detachment without losing empathy. Type I claim the message to maintain clarity and energetic sovereignty amid collective turbulence. Now comes a truth many are unprepared to hear: not everyone is meant to awaken at the same pace, and not everyone will walk with you into the next phase. The Arcturian Council stresses that forcing awakening onto others creates resistance and karmic entanglement. Your role is not to convince, save, or drag anyone forward. Your role is to embody the frequency. Those who resonate will recognize it without explanation. This realization may bring grief, especially when loved ones choose comfort over growth. Honor that grief, but do not let it anchor you. Paths diverging is not betrayal, it is alignment. Trust that consciousness unfolds perfectly, even when it looks fragmented from a human perspective. Type I claim the message to release guilt and trust the divine timing of all souls. Your creative energy will surge in unexpected ways. Ideas may arrive fully formed, demanding expression through writing, speaking, building, or teaching. This is not optional inspiration, it is activation. The Arcturian Council reveals that creativity is now a direct channel for higher intelligence to enter the physical realm. Suppressing this impulse leads to restlessness, frustration, and emotional stagnation. Expression is integration. Even if your creations feel imperfect or unfinished, they serve as anchors for higher frequencies on Earth. Perfectionism is a delay tactic of the ego. Create anyway. Share anyway. This is how new realities stabilize. Type I claim the message to activate creative flow and fearless expression. A second wave of revelations will emerge around personal truth. You may suddenly realize that certain beliefs you defended fiercely were never truly yours. They were inherited, absorbed, or adopted for survival. This realization can feel destabilizing, even humiliating. The Arcturian Council reassures you, humility is a gateway to wisdom. Letting go of being right makes space for being free. Expect moments where certainty dissolves and curiosity takes its place. This is advanced consciousness at work. You are not losing your footing, you are gaining range. Type I claim the message to release inherited beliefs and embody truth with flexibility. Your sense of purpose will begin to sharpen, but not in the way you expect. Instead of a single mission, you may feel drawn toward multiple expressions, identities, or paths. This does not mean you are unfocused, it means you are multidimensional. The Arcturian Council explains that linear purpose is outdated. Your soul operates through resonance, not rigid plans. Follow what energizes you now, even if it contradicts yesterday's vision. Alignment is dynamic. The courage to pivot is a sign of trust, not inconsistency. Type I claim the message to align with fluid purpose and soul-led action. Moments of silence will become increasingly important. Not the silence of avoidance, but the silence of listening. The Arcturian Council states that higher guidance cannot compete with constant noise. You may feel a strong urge to disconnect from overstimulation news, social feeds, endless conversations. This is not withdrawal, it is recalibration. In silence, your intuition sharpens, your nervous system resets, and your inner compass reorients. Guard these moments fiercely. They are not indulgences, they are necessities. Type I claim the message to honor silence and receive higher guidance clearly. Here is the next shocking truth: once you see clearly, you cannot return to unconscious living. The path forward is irreversible. This realization may feel heavy, but it is also profoundly empowering. You are no longer here to sleepwalk through life. You are here to participate consciously in the unfolding of reality. The Arcturian Council affirms that this awareness is the greatest gift you can receive in 2026. With awareness comes responsibility, but also freedom, creativity, and deep peace. You are ready. Type I claim the message to fully accept your awakened role and continue forward with clarity and courage. A subtle but irreversible shift is now locking into place. You may feel it as a quiet certainty beneath the chaos. Something inside you has crossed a line of no return. The Arcturian Council confirms this is the point where awareness stabilizes. You are no longer awakening, you are awakened. The difference is profound. Awakening is volatile and emotional, awakened awareness is calm, observant, and deeply grounded. You may notice that situations which once triggered panic or anger now register as information instead of threats. This is mastery beginning to emerge. Do not mistake this calm for detachment or apathy, it is clarity. You are learning to witness reality without being consumed by it. This phase may feel lonely, as fewer people can meet you at this level of perception. That is not a loss, it is alignment. You are becoming a stabilizing frequency in unstable times. Type I claim the message to anchor awakened awareness and inner stability. The external world will increasingly mirror internal states with startling precision. Manifestation accelerates, not as a reward, but as a responsibility. Thoughts, emotions, and intentions now imprint reality faster than before. The Arcturian Council warns that unconscious thinking will produce immediate feedback, forcing rapid correction. This can feel overwhelming at first, but it is actually a gift. There is less delay between cause and effect. You will learn quickly what is aligned and what is not. Complaints manifest obstacles, gratitude opens pathways. This is not punishment, it is education. Reality itself becomes your teacher. Mastery now requires emotional discipline, conscious language, and intentional focus. You are being trained as a conscious creator, not a passive observer. Type I claim the message to manifest with clarity, integrity, and responsibility. Many will experience a re-evaluation of success during this phase. Achievements that once felt impressive may suddenly feel hollow. Titles, recognition, and external validation lose their grip. The Arcturian Council explains that fulfillment is being recalibrated from external metrics to internal coherence. Alignment feels better than applause. Peace feels richer than approval. This shift may confuse those around you, especially if they still chase outdated symbols of worth. Let them. Your path is no longer comparative, it is resonant. When your actions align with your values and energy, fulfillment becomes sustainable. This is how burnout ends and purpose stabilizes. Type I claim the message to redefine success through alignment and inner fulfillment. A new level of discernment now activates. You may find yourself instantly sensing truth or distortion in conversations, media, and interactions. This is not judgment, it is clarity. The Arcturian Council notes that your nervous system is becoming a truth detection instrument. When something is misaligned, your body will respond before your mind does. Tightness, fatigue, or unease are signals, not inconveniences. Trust them. This ability requires integrity. Misuse it for ego or superiority and it will shut down. Use it for navigation, protection, and alignment, and it will strengthen. This discernment is essential for navigating the next collective shifts. Type I claim the message to activate clear perception and embodied truth. You may notice that time feels inconsistent. Some days stretch endlessly, while others vanish in moments. The Arcturian Council confirms this is a symptom of timeline compression. Linear time is loosening its hold as consciousness expands. Productivity may no longer correlate with hours spent, but with presence applied. Forcing yourself into rigid schedules may feel increasingly unnatural. This does not mean abandoning responsibility, it means redefining flow. When you act in alignment, time collaborates. When you resist, it constricts. Learning to work with time rather than against it is a key skill of this phase. Type I claim the message to move in harmony with time and flow. Another truth surfaces now, and it may feel unsettling. Some of your old goals were rooted in fear rather than passion. Fear of lack, fear of insignificance, fear of being left behind. The Arcturian Council assures you this realization is not meant to shame you. It is meant to free you. Goals rooted in fear require constant effort and yield constant anxiety. Goals rooted in alignment generate energy instead of draining it. This is the moment to reassess motivations honestly. Ask not what should I want but what expands me. The answer may surprise you. Type I claim the message to release fear-based goals and realign with authentic desire. Service takes on a new meaning now. It is no longer about sacrifice or self-erasure. The Arcturian Council clarifies that true service emerges naturally from alignment. When you are coherent, grounded, and authentic, your presence alone uplifts others. Overgiving, rescuing, or martyrdom are distortions of service rooted in unworthiness. You are not here to deplete yourself for others. You are here to demonstrate what alignment looks like. From that frequency, assistance becomes effortless and mutual. This is mature compassion. Type I claim the message to embody service without self-abandonment. You may begin to sense a quiet anticipation building, as if something significant is approaching but not yet visible. This is accurate. The Arcturian Council describes this as the pause before convergence. Multiple personal and collective timelines are aligning for decisive moments. This is why patience is essential now. Premature action may scatter energy, forced decisions may create unnecessary friction. Stillness is not stagnation, it is calibration. Trust the timing. What is meant to arrive will do so with unmistakable clarity. Type I claim the message to trust divine timing and remain grounded in anticipation. Your self-talk becomes critical at this stage. The internal narrative you maintain either reinforces alignment or recreates old limitations. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that you are no longer afforded the luxury of unconscious self-criticism. Words spoken internally carry weight. Harsh inner dialogue destabilizes your frequency, compassionate truth stabilizes it. This is not about positive thinking, it is about accurate thinking. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you respect and trust. This recalibration strengthens self-trust and decision-making. Type I claim the message to cultivate empowering inner dialogue. Here is the next major revelation: the world does not need you to be louder, it needs you to be clearer. Influence now comes from coherence, not force. The Arcturian Council affirms that the most impactful individuals in this phase will not always be the most visible. They will be the most aligned. Your clarity affects others even without words. This is energetic leadership. As 2026 continues unfolding, this clarity will become your anchor and your contribution. You are not behind. You are right on time. Type I claim the message to embody clarity, coherence, and energetic leadership. The final phase begins with the realization that may quietly unsettle you. You have been preparing for this your entire life, even when you didn't know it. Every challenge, delay, heartbreak, and redirection was conditioning your nervous system, strengthening discernment, and refining resilience. The Arcturian Council confirms that nothing was wasted. What once felt like detours were initiations. You may now see patterns connecting events across decades, revealing an intelligence guiding your evolution. This awareness brings peace, but also accountability. You can no longer claim ignorance of your power. The question is no longer whether you are capable, but whether you are willing. Type I claim the message to acknowledge your preparation and step forward consciously. A moment of reckoning approaches, subtle yet undeniable. You may feel an internal pressure to choose between comfort and truth, familiarity and alignment, distraction and presence. The Arcturian Council emphasizes that this choice will not announce itself dramatically, it will appear ordinary, even mundane. Yet its consequences will ripple outward for years. Small decisions now carry amplified weight. What you tolerate, what you engage with, and what you walk away from will define your energetic trajectory. Hesitation is understandable, but stagnation is no longer neutral. Movement, even gentle movement, is required. Type I claim the message to choose alignment over autopilot. You may notice an increased detachment from fear-based narratives. Headlines, rumors, and collective panic lose their emotional grip. This does not mean apathy, it means perspective. The Arcturian Council notes that fear loses power when consciousness expands. You can acknowledge uncertainty without surrendering to it. This stability allows you to respond intelligently rather than react impulsively. Others may mistake this for indifference, it is actually grounded awareness. You are learning to stand steady while the world recalibrates. Type I claim the message to remain centered amid collective uncertainty. Your intuition now speaks more quietly, but more precisely. Gone are the dramatic emotional surges of early awakening. Guidance arrives as calm knowing, subtle nudges, and clear boundaries. The Arcturian Council explains that this is refinement, not loss. Loud intuition was training wheels, quiet intuition is mastery. Trust the simplicity of what feels correct. Overthinking is the last refuge of doubt. When alignment is present, decisions feel clean even if they are difficult. Type I claim the message to trust refined intuition and decisive clarity. Another shock emerges, you are not here to escape the world, but to inhabit it differently. Spiritual bypassing no longer works. The Arcturian Council stresses embodiment over abstraction. Your awakening is meant to express through daily life how you speak, work, listen, and choose. Enlightenment that avoids reality is incomplete. Presence in ordinary moments is now the practice. This integration grounds higher frequencies into the physical plane, stabilizing the collective shift. Type I claim the message to embody awareness in everyday life. As the year progresses, you may feel a renewed sense of simplicity. Desires clarify. Excess falls away. The Arcturian Council describes this as energetic efficiency. When alignment strengthens, you require less external stimulation to feel fulfilled. This is not deprivation, it is refinement. Joy becomes quieter but deeper. Satisfaction becomes internal. This state is resilient, it does not depend on circumstances. Type I claim the message to embrace simplicity and sustainable fulfillment. You may begin to recognize others who are also aligned not through words, but through presence. Conversations feel effortless, mutual, and grounded. There is no urgency to impress or explain. The Arcturian Council notes that these connections form the scaffolding of the next collective phase. Small, coherent groups will stabilize larger systems. You do not need many, resonance matters more than numbers. Trust these recognitions. Type I claim the message to align with resonant connections and mutual clarity. The final teaching approaches. Control has always been the illusion, alignment the truth. The Arcturian Council affirms that life flows when resistance softens. This does not mean passivity, it means cooperation with intelligence greater than the ego. Effort shifts from forcing outcomes to maintaining coherence. When aligned, action feels timely and effective. Struggle decreases. Impact increases. Type I claim the message to release control and trust aligned action. As this transmission nears completion, understand this: the awakening does not end here. It stabilizes. You will still experience challenges, but they will no longer define you. They will inform you. The Arcturian Council confirms that resilience, clarity, and presence are now your baseline. You are equipped. You are aware. You are participating consciously. Type I claim the message to stabilize awareness and continue evolving with confidence. This is the closing activation. You were never meant to wait for permission, validation, or rescue. You are here to live awake, grounded, and engaged. The Arcturian Council leaves you with this truth: the future is not something that happens to you, it is something you participate in through alignment, presence, and choice. 2026 is not over because the transformation is ongoing, and so are you. Stand steady. Move clearly. Live consciously. Type I claim the message to seal this transmission and carry it forward.